Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Fat Loss Basics. Thanks so much for joining us. If you are new here, welcome. If you are not new here, welcome back. Thanks so much for putting in earbuds or tuning in on your way to work or wherever you may be right now listening to this. Really grateful and appreciate you for doing that. So if you get something from this, please screenshot, share it. I want to remind you that I am a part of a free summit. Link is in the show notes. You can click it and join. It starts August 3rd. And this is a summit that... This is the summit that is for women over 40, and it's we are ranging in many different topics. 25 of us are speaking about menopause, training, functions of health, building foundations, getting consistent, health habits, all these things. And so if you're interested in that, please feel free to join it. It's free, and this will kind of drip out to you throughout the next 2 weeks after that, starting August 3rd. And so you can watch it and listen to it on your own time, which would be awesome. And then as well, maybe, you hear something a little different or something hits a little bit different, or maybe you even hear a different coach that you might resonate with a little bit more even than me, which I find it hard to believe, but I think it can happen. It's possible. So honestly, it may not be me that you're looking for help from, and you just come here because you like my fire and passion, but you may resonate with somebody else. So please make sure you go and check this out. So episode 5 here of the mini series of the identity piece. So episode 1 is all about your heart, what matters and why it matters. Number 2 is your pillars, your foundation, everything that we're building things on. Episode 3 was your boundaries and standards. It's how you show up and how you decide what you're going to do when you get there. And the last episode was all about capacity. This is about what you're capable of holding, what you can actually follow through on, not overdoing it, and kind of setting that bar to a place that's attainable to get some of that momentum. And today we're talking about self-talk, and this is going to be the voice that either kind of supports what you're doing or tears it all down, because sometimes that voice can be your very best friend, or she can be your very worst enemy. So the voice that you have inside your head, inside yourself, is literally running 24/7. And it's doing one of two things. It's either putting you in a direction where you're going to do the things that you want to set out to do, or it's going to hold you back and anchor your ass down no matter what you try, no matter how hard you want it, no matter, what next thing that you get yourself into, right? And most of us, most women have this, saboteur, this self-sabotage lady just living rent-free, 24/7, running around, destroying shit. And let me tell you, she is louder than anybody else on the block, right? She's the loudest person living rent-free anywhere. Okay. And what I want to talk about is the reason that this part of us matters is because it is one of the most powerful identity tools that you can have, because you literally can tell yourself what you want to become and actually get there. Right. So I think that this is really important. So let's start this conversation about what does that normally sound like, right? This is the voice that says things like you can't do this, or you can, or you're lazy, or you're trying, or you fucked it all up, you're a failure, or hey, you had a day, tomorrow's a new one. And it's constant and it never stops. And a lot of us, it's on, it's the subconscious part of our brain, and it's just kind of running there, looping like a fucking record player. So you don't even realize what is happening because it's just the norm. It's just the thing that you are. So your self-talk will create this identity faster than anything that you decide that you're going to take action on and do, because you can do all the right things. But if your self-talk is still negative, those right things, quote unquote, probably will not last. They will not be sustainable. They will not be a long-term solution. So you want to understand kind of the different voices that speak to us. So we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 5 voices. And I'm going to go through each voice, and we're going to talk about these, because the voices that you are shapes how and what you do. So if it's like, hey, I can't stick to something, you're going to look for evidence that proves to yourself, I can't stick to anything. You're going to confirm the choice that confirms the story, because again, autopilot, that's what your brain knows. So let's talk about the very first one, which is the perfectionist voice. This one is, if I can't do it perfectly, why bother? If I eat something that I wasn't supposed to be or on my plan, I failed. excuse me, I need to be flawless. Everything has to be perfect. It all has to go my way, or it's not working, or I give up, or never mind, or hit the fucking button, right? This is the voice that actually prevents you from even starting, because it's like you're going from 0 to 100, and that just, you're never hitting 100. You can't even get to 4, and you're like, but I don't understand. I'm doing all the things, but you're actually not doing all the things, right? And so this one will actually prevent you from beginning to do anything, which can be really fucking irritating. So the next one is the comparison voice, right? It's the, well, she's, losing weight faster than I am. She's doing it better than I am. I'm never going to look like her, but I really want to look like her. Everybody else can do this, but I can't. Why is she so successful? And I never seem to be able to get into it. Like, I never seem to be able to reach my goal. This makes your voice, it makes your capacity, like your ability, completely irrelevant. So you're too busy worried about what she's doing and how she's doing things and what she's doing and the way she looks, that you're putting literally nothing into your own path. You're doing nothing because you're too busy worried about what she's doing and how it's working, but it's not working for you. I sometimes have this in my business where I will literally be like, well, she's making X amount of dollars a month. Why can't I do that? I can do that. Well, what is she doing? How is she doing it? I need to do the thing that she's doing. When the reality is, no, I need to figure it out for myself. I need to do what I need to do for my business, for myself. We are not the same coach. Okay. Then we have the shame voice. This is the, you're super lazy. You're undisciplined. You're broken. You're never going to change. You can never be fixed. There is no point. What is the purpose? This voice, she's a blast from the past, if you will, and typically is coming from experience that you have had either from yourself or from other people who have been a part of your life. And it's running around in the background, making every single decision your problem and your fault, even if it isn't your fault, right? It's still your responsibility. So it doesn't mean that you can't have some compassion for yourself. It's like, oh, I can never get consistent. Okay, but why? Instead of being like, oh, it's just not me. It's just not who I am. I'm just not a morning person. Okay, but why? Okay. Then we have the saboteur voice. This is the, you don't deserve this. Something bad's going to happen if you're successful. Hey, you're going to mess this up anyway, so you might as well just fuck it all now. Like, never mind, right? When you try, you're just going to fail, so do not bother. This voice is now protecting you from disappointment by ensuring that you are never successful. It's the one that's going to come in and say, yeah, but see, here's evidence and proof that it's never been for you, so do not worry about it. Just never mind. It doesn't matter how bad you want it. Okay. Then we have the victim voice. This is the last one, I think. Nope. So maybe there are more than 5. Maybe there are 6. The victim voice. This is too hard. My life's too complicated. I don't have time. I was diagnosed XYZ. Nobody understands how hard this is for me, but my genetics are blah, 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 blah. And this voice keeps you stuck in a story that you're never going to be able to change, even though, again, that is not true. Then you have this should voice. And I always say you will should yourself to death. I should be able to do this. I should want more of this. I should be further along. I should be like everybody else. This voice comes from external expectations, whether it's from people that you like, social media, whatever it is, and it is exhausting. Okay? It's exhausting. So we need to swap these voices, right? We need to have a more compassionate voice that's coming out. And it doesn't mean that it's, again, always this fine line between, like, you have to ride the line of like, am I being lazy or do I just not feel like doing something, right? You have to have this compassionate, realistic voice that comes out inside of you. Like, hey, I didn't do well today, or life happened, or I'm still somebody who works out even though I missed my one workout. This was a conversation that we were having, I was actually having today with a one-on-one client who's been with me a month, who is absolutely fucking kicking ass. And she had made a comment to me today because she was like, yeah, I'm like, I feel like I'm doing the things. And I'm like, well, you are doing the things. You are doing the things. Every time you show up and make a decision to do better, you're doing better. It's just how that works, right? So we have to remind ourselves, like, we can still talk to ourselves, like, just because I'm not where I want to be doesn't mean I'm not being the person that's going to take to get there. And that's the identity, piece, right? So self-talk can come from your past. It can come from parents, people who hurt you, past relationships, failures that you've had, shame that you've carried, right? All of this lives inside that self-talk. It can also come from your culture, like what you were taught about bodies, what you were taught about discipline. It could be what you were taught, what you should be, what you shouldn't be, how you're supposed to behave or how you're supposed to act, where your line is in the family. All of these things got downloaded onto you, onto your brain, onto your body. These are all kind of expectations, right? Your failures, every diet that didn't stick, every goal that you never hit, every time you tried something and it didn't work out, every single time that you quit, every single time that you went for a promotion, didn't get it, whatever it else, your brain collected all that evidence and said, see, told you, you're not made for this, right? And that creates then your identity. This is who you decided you were. I'm the person that can't stick to things. I'm lazy. I'm broken. My genes. I'm inconsistent. I'm never this way. I'm not a morning person. And once you decide that, every single time you tell yourself this, it just puts that like deeper and deeper. Have you ever seen like a field of nothing? Like it's just this really nice grass. And maybe you walk on the path. You make your own path and you walk on it one time. And you go back the next day and you might be able to see that path and you can see it. It's not very good, but you know exactly where you walked and you walk that path again. And then you come back the next day and you walk that path again. And then the next day you walk that path again. And as every single day you come back to that same exact path, the grass is getting, stepped on and trampled on and pushed down. And then soon all the grass is flat and you know exactly where you walked because it's literally very clear. Now the grass is starting to deteriorate, starting to kind of blend with the dirt. Now dirt's coming, right? That is how your identity is created. It starts out with this great open field and then patterns just repeat itself over and over and over and over. And all of a sudden, there you are. So you cannot ignore this because unfortunately, we have to start bringing this stuff up to the conscious part of our brain because it is so ingrained in who we are. And that will sabotage you faster than you can do anything about. So you can have the best plan, the best boundaries, the best capacity. But if your self-talk is shit, you're going to start talking yourself out of doing the things because your thoughts are going to chase them away. You're going to be like, no, you shouldn't do this. And then boom, no, you shouldn't do this again. So this becomes your identity, right? So the first thing that we have to do is notice what it's trying to say, right? I just did this whole thing in my group coaching where I've started to do what I call dropout downloads that were their daily little mindset things. And the very first thing I said to them, the first one I talked about was, you are not your first thought. You cannot stop thoughts, but you can control how you react and respond to them. So the first thing that we need to do is when we have this thought is to say, wait, pause, breathe. Like, what is actually happening here? So we want to notice it. Then we want to question it. Like, what is actually true here? Is what this thought is true? And then if it's not, it's like, okay, well, what is this voice actually trying to tell me? Yeah, going to the gym is scary. Yeah, people might stare at me. People might even record me and post it on the internet and laugh at me. Like, this is a reality that is happening to people. So it is a clear, conscious thing. Does that make that thought unrealistic? No. But does that mean that you could still potentially get to the gym? Yeah, you can still go. And who knows if that's going to happen or not happen, right? And then we just practice that over and over and over and over. Okay, this might be uncomfortable, but it's okay. Like, let me go once and see how it feels. I'd never have to go back. Let me just try it. So we want to make sure we're not doing that like toxic positivity shit, but also like really understanding that your thoughts are really just patterns. They're not good. They're not bad. They're just what your experience turned into patterns. Okay. So this is huge. This is really, really huge. The self-talk is making or breaking your journey. Okay. It's making or breaking your journey. So we have to change the voice inside and then we can change the identity. And then that changes literally everything. It's going to be this domino effect. So again, grab your ticket in my show notes for the summit. It's called Stop Starting Over Summit. And it is hosted by a lady named Sky Dale. I'm very excited for this. I'm not exactly sure what day or anything I'll be rolling out my interview. Hopefully I'll have some kind of a idea, but please make sure you get in there and just, again, I hope that if it's just, you get one little, good nugget from something, it's absolutely worth it since it's free. So I hope you guys have a great weekend. I will catch you on the next episode.